Minnesota state law requires drivers and passengers in all seating positions, including the back seat, be buckled while a vehicle is in motion. Unfortunately, statistics have shown that law is being ignored by some. According to the Minnesota Department of Transportation, lack of seatbelt use in the past 3 years has resulted in 377 motorist fatalities, or roughly 43% of the state's total motorist deaths. Of those lives lost, 333 were people under the age of 30. And when you ask law enforcement personnel, there's just one thing to do.
We have to get tougher. The 43% is way too high for any statistic in death or injury.
Over 400 law enforcement agencies throughout the state are on the streets, heavily implementing the Click It or Ticket campaign during the month of October. And in Bloomington, our police force has teamed up with 5 neighboring cities to take enforcement one step further by taking part in the Toward Zero Deaths campaign.
Toward Zero Deaths obviously came from the federal grants. We're getting grant money to implement the programs of the seatbelt enforcement, the impaired enforcement. And we partner up with the airport, Richfield Police, Edina Police, Eden Prairie Police, and we do these details on an overtime basis so we can focus strictly on seatbelts or impaired driving. It makes it easier for the officers just to focus on that and not worry about taking the calls that they would normally take during the day.
Throughout the year, officers from these 5 agencies gather for a high-visibility enforcement detail like this seatbelt crackdown near the airport. High visibility being the key.
The more you see, the more you pay attention, the more we're seeing, maybe the more people will think about what they are or aren't doing. And the fact that we have maybe brighter coats on, there's more squad cars in one area, makes people think again, look down, put their belt on, look at their speed, make sure they stop for that light or that stop sign. So the more the better, people pay attention.
Seatbelts are proven life-saving tools when it comes to vehicle crashes, which is why enforcements like these are so important. Your odds are 6 times greater for injury if you're not buckled up. And if you find yourself stopped by police, just remember, a ticket sure beats injury or worse if you were to be involved in a crash.
We've been to many rollover crashes. People have buckled in, they don't get hurt. On the flip side to that, people get tossed out of cars if they're not belted in. It's a good practice. Start the car up, put the belt on.
A correctly worn seatbelt should be low and snug at the hips, and the shoulder strap should never be behind the back or tucked under your shoulder. And remember, it's about saving lives, not about writing tickets. Be safe, everyone.